Welcome to Easton Jamia Masjid. Follow me in. Come on through. As you can see, the beautiful decor on the wall, all designer pieces exclusively designed for this masjid. MashaAllah, beautiful mirror on the side. All the carpets have been specifically designed for this masjid, MashaAllah. So, and we have a beautiful skylight, lets a lot of natural light come in, and you'll see there's electronic openers on the skylight, so it's not too much of a hassle to open them or to close them. These are newly developed wudu facilities for the sisters. So really well designed, ergonomic, and use of very easy to use wudu facilities. Foot dryers and hand dryers on the walls, and all underfloor heated as well. So all of the section is underfloor heated, and there's 2 toilets here, cubicles, as well as a sink and vanity unit. Cut there. So we've kept these pathways and hallways and entrances really large, because the mayyit will be coming through here as well. And so when you have a large hallway, to decorate it and keep it kind of looking good is a challenge. So if you come through here, you'll see what we've done. You can see these kind of arches, the square decor pieces have been specially designed to welcome the sisters, and obviously to decorate the space. Alhamdulillah, I think they worked really well. I had them designed in Pakistan. I had the builders build the frames here, and we put a bit of background to them as well, so that any kind of misdecoration can be disguised in them. But Alhamdulillah, they worked really well, and I put some pictures up recently, and so many people are interested in how we did it and where we got them from. Through these arches as well is our disabled facility for obviously our disabled users, and also we've put in a baby change facility to accommodate for all of the new congregation of Easton Jamia Masjid, the future congregations of Easton Jamia Masjid. We're going to have this pay point here, so this is where all the sadaqah, masjid funds, Jami Sharif will be collected, as well as a digital pay point will be put up here. Inshallah. So this is the main hall of the masjid. This is the main sisters' hall downstairs. For years, sisters were not accommodated in the best of environments in the masjid because of the limitations. This masjid was predominantly a masjid, so there was no non-masalla area, no area that could be classified and used for people when they, in certain times of the month when they can't enter the normal masjid. So this is all the blue carpet, so we've deliberately coloured the carpet completely different. The blue carpet area is all non-masalla area and can be used by sisters at any time, and also by the larger community. So anybody can come in here and have a discussion about Islam, can be it could be a school visit, it could be a meeting with the community, inshallah. So this area here will accommodate that. And as you can see, we've decorated it with the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Asma Husna of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I think that's worked really well. If you have a look at the staircase as well, mashallah, it's colourful, it's inviting, and it's contemporary. And I think that's what we've tried to do here. One of the things that we accommodate in Easton Jamia Masjid is the local janazas, and we've always had a mortuary in the masjid. We had a really old, dilapidated system in the past, but we've recently invested, with your help and donations, in a state-of-the-art facility. Let me show you what it looks like. So this is all top of the range equipment. All of this is underfloor heated. Really top class stainless steel material used that doesn't harbour germs and bacteria. The ceiling is all waterproof and insulated. The floors has a purpose-built drainage system. The lighting system, the hexagonal lighting system, is very new and accommodates mist and moisture. We've got some units here which will obviously have all the essentials of the ghusl in them. But the main thing, this table is state of the art. It has a non-return valve which doesn't allow water, polluted water to come back again. It has temperature controlled hoses in there, temperature controlled lever taps, and with that we've also invested in electronic lifts which will help with raising a mayyit of our loved ones out of a coffin if they are slightly larger in size, so that we can do it with real dignity and respect. This is years of experience of us doing ghusls and being involved with janazas that we've realised that you can't really cut any corners. It's got to be the best, because when somebody passes away, it's the most important time for the family, and we have to accommodate them. And this is our way of accommodating and making sure that people are looked after at the time of janaza. It's an awful time anyway, and to make the experience better when they're doing the ghusl, I think just helps. If there's something that goes wrong, it always sticks with you forever. So this fridge is a 2-tier fridge. It's a side roll system. So the tray goes onto an electronic trolley in the middle. We will roll the tray onto the electronic trolley, and then the trolley is wheeled next to the table, and then either using the lift or without the lift, you just roll the body straight onto the table. You'll see there's 460 holes in this table, and there is some science behind how far they are apart, because that kind of helps the skin of the deceased. It doesn't allow blood clotting, and it allows the water to drain properly without harbouring any bacteria or any substances. So one of the things that is quite important when you're doing the ghusl is that keeping the dignity and the shroud of the deceased, making sure that the sitter is covered. And sometimes you can have an imam who's not part of the family, or somebody advising on the janaza, the funeral directors who are not part of the family, and the deceased is lying here. And so to cover the sitter, this is a sitter cover that's specially designed with this table. And you basically put the shroud on top of this. It could be waterproof. It doesn't have to be waterproof. You can dispose of it afterward. It could just be a piece of paper, temporary paper. And you can put your hands through and do everything you need to whilst keeping the deceased mother, father, brother, sister covered all the time. So, as I said, it's all about dignity. So with the mortuary room, what we've done is we've designed an area of reflection for the families, and also an area where the deceased can lie before or after the janaza in dignity and with respect. Let me show you that. Let me show you that area. So this area is behind the mihrab of the masjid, behind the mimbar and mihrab of the masjid. It's non-masalla area. It's where we can allow the deceased to rest and not be part of the masjid, because really the deceased mayyit should not be in the masjid area at all times, and that's why abroad you have janaza gars and places where they're specifically near the burial ground that the janaza is conducted. And so to accommodate that, obviously we can't have such a big janaza gar in this country, so to accommodate that, masjids should invest in non-masalla areas, and this area for us has provided that space. It's behind, so we designed the front so that it steps forward 3 safs, and so potentially we could have the janaza straight from the mortuary on this table, lying in rest, with the imam doing the janaza, with the family standing behind, and it will mean that the community is behind those doors and the family is here, and the janaza is held with respect. And then when people want to view the face, they can come in through one darwaza, through one door, and they can leave out the other. So there's 2 doors here. And at the same time, this area also means that those 2 doors could be permanently locked, and nobody from the congregation comes in, and the family, brothers and sisters, can mourn together. They can, stand by the mayyit for a while. They can reflect and they can hold hands. Anybody that's lost anybody from their family will know that experience of us when we lose someone, and we can't accommodate in our homes, and there was no real space to be able to reflect together and to be together as family. And I think this area here, inshallah, in the middle there, we're going to have the janaza dua. Again, it's been decorated with some low lights, so in the evening you can turn the lights off. And I think this area will be it'll be well used, and I think it's going to be really appreciated by all those people that lose a loved one, and especially those that have already loved and lost someone, because they will realise that what a asset this area is going to be to the congregation of Easton Jamia Masjid. So as I was saying, this is the wall that divides the masjid from this non-masalla area, and let me show you the front of the masjid in context to this area. So what you'll see is this artificial partition that we've put in place. I had this delivered from Pakistan. It was hand engraved in a place called Janiot, an area that's really well known for really intricate carved furniture, and I had this specially made. I mean, this was delivered even before I think the foundations of the building were put in, because when we did the plans, this area was designed, and it needed an artificial kind of entrance to that area, and so I had this kind of vision that this would look beautiful, and alhamdulillah, as you can see, this area has turned out spectacular. I mean, people have contacted me across the country about how we've achieved this, and there's 2 doors, so people will go in through one door, view the mayyit, and come out the other door. On Jummah, we pushed the mimbar into that door, and alhamdulillah, we were able to accommodate an extra saf of namazi, and I think it's, as you can see, it's worked really, really well, and alhamdulillah, we can all benefit from this beautiful area. So you can see this beautiful, intricate design. The intricacy is just mind-blowing. If you have a look at how much detail and how much work has gone into this to engrave. And so to do it justice, we have to paint it properly. And we've got local artists who are painting this. The job is still ongoing, but it's going to be really beautiful when it's finished. And they're doing it one piece at a time. And they also spend days here in the masjid and are really inspired by what we do in the masjid. But alhamdulillah, it's become a community kind of project just to paint the front of the mihrab area of our masjid. So in 2017, as you know, we redeveloped this section of the masjid, and at that time this was a huge project that was going to take the masjid into the 21st century. It was going to accommodate the new congregation. At the time we had about 200 capacity, 300 capacity of the masjid. And now, with the 2017 extension, it grew to 600 capacity. With the new extension, mashallah, we've got another 200 on top of that. So, we've got about 800 to 1,000 people that we can fit in this masjid. And to make sure that we're a building that, because we are a building that's talked about across the country now, alhamdulillah, we've won some awards. Locally, we're known as one of the most inspiring architectural buildings in the city. And so obviously it's important to be thinking about our carbon footprint. And so what we've invested in throughout both times, 2017 and 2023, what we've done is we've made sure that we can be insulating the walls as much as we can, insulating the roofs as much as we can, making sure that we're recycling the stone that we're using outside, but also all of the lighting, all of the electrics has really been considered, and we've managed to get throughout the building, we're all LED operational now. So the next thing is obviously going to be solar power and solar panels, but now is not a good time. So we're waiting for the right time to be purchasing them and investing in them. But alhamdulillah, all of our building is now lit by LEDs, and I think that is a huge achievement because we were a building. The building is 1880 it was built, and the electrical system was as ancient before we redeveloped it. And so to make sure that every single light bulb and every place is lit with LEDs and can be kind of mood lit as well is quite amazing, and I'm quite proud that mashallah we've achieved that. So you've seen the existing building, you've seen the downstairs developed section. I'm going to show you one of the most beautiful developments that we've done in recent times as a community in Bristol, I think. And that's the upstairs of this section. So let's do that. Okay. So I'm going to take you upstairs into the new section that we've made upstairs for the female congregation, for the sisters. Come upstairs. So it's a nice wide staircase. We have lighting in the staircase. We have a beautiful banister, stainless steel, and the intricate design on the glass, the banister, or safety glass. And as you can see, all of the walkway is lit by LEDs. So this is obviously the banister, which matches the beautiful dome that we've. It's one of the most beautiful domes I've been told across the country. People have contacted me to say that, wow, how have you done that? And it really does work in this space. This is an old church building, so you can see some of the trees, the listed trees from the existing church, and it really works beautifully. The sun, the reflection on the carpet and on the white, but we've also left some of the old stone work here, and this was the end of the building as it was before we developed the sister section. And we deliberately left this from day one just to show the hudud of the masjid where it was prior to this extension, because truthfully, once these places are built, you seem to forget, you seem to think that they were always like they are, but the truth is that this was the end of the building, and all of this area has been redeveloped. We have the item you see on the top. We've deliberately chose black so that it makes the dome stand out in colour. Alhamdulillah, I think it works really well. We've got the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Asma Husna, on the walls. We have radiator covers that have been designed especially for the masjid. The carpet, as I said, is beautiful in this area. We've made a bookshelf so that we have an area for the Qurans in the front, but also where the madrasa can run from, so bookshelves for the students. Ample heating and ample kind of ventilation in this area. So all of the windows open, there's a door on the other side that opens, and there's radiators here. It's worked really well, alhamdulillah. As you can see, it looks beautiful, it's contemporary, and I think it will meet the needs of the future generation. And in between, between the male and the female section, we have a purposeful divider, and this has been another thing that we designed ourselves so that we can push it back and open it so that if ever there was a need, we could use it, the men could use it, but also the women could extend their congregation as well across. And alhamdulillah, as you can see, it works really well. It's a little bit of engineering we put together to make sure that there is a foldable system between us. There's a door on the front side as well. And alhamdulillah, this now completes the renovation of Easton Jamia Masjid. This is all possible because of the generous donations of our community. It's possible because of those individuals that spent their money and wealth at a time when there was no money and wealth. They spent their money and wealth on establishing a masjid here. So the whole credit goes to the community and to those elders. We khadims of the masjid, we aspire to try and meet the kind of needs of the new generation, and we understand that there are huge shortcomings in the services that are provided throughout the country for our youth in our masjids and within our community. And I think it's really important that these masjids become the hub, they become the community kind of facilities that we require to make sure that within the boundaries of Sharia, within the boundaries of Islam, that we can accommodate every need of every Muslim, in any way we can, be it the male congregation or the female congregation. And that's what we've tried to do here. And inshallah, I feel that the facilities are, the facilities are here now, and the next effort has to be about engaging with the future generation and making sure that people are users of the masjid and that they maintain these places and that they make sure that they're populated with Muslims, and that the message of Islam can also be kind of spread through these beautiful places. The dome on the front of the masjid has meant that a lot of people now know that this is a masjid. For many years people did not know there was a masjid here, and now people know it's a masjid. They walk in, they deliberately walk in and ask questions about Islam. So it's up to us to spread the word of Islam, and that's what these masjids are here for. And inshallah, we look forward to being able to serve the needs of the Muslim community for the many new Muslims that are coming into Bristol, but also the existing Muslim community and our future generations. And so this building, hopefully, inshallah, will be able to inspire the message of Islam for future generations.
Allah